The following Let's Play has been rated for mature audiences only. Any attempts to break the game are for entertainment value only. However, if any typos happen to be found... This special art here is definitely going to be a waste if you decide to use it. It might be helpful if we encounter an enemy that has like a armored defense of some sort where regular attacks don't work too well, but aside from that, yeah, not really. Oh, hey, Traz is talking. Some kind of soft ground. Too bad I didn't bring a shovel or garden claws. Wait, why am I back here? Am I in a demon body? Am I in a female demon body? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this game. When we last left off, there was some optional boss out here who we were able to fight a couple times, but he keeps reincarnating himself even stronger per chance he reincarnates. And at this point he's reincarnated to the point where I just don't think that I would do a good job fighting him. So I'm just going to leave him alone for the time being. Eventually I'm going to have to come back to this area anyway, because there's more places to unlock, so I'll get my chance. By the way, since the last time I recorded, I did a little bit of grinding. Yeah. I had like, what was it, 2 rest cards left at the end of that last episode. I probably could get away without grinding all these extras. Oh hey, there's another one. Yay! It's basically these zombie horrors that drop the rest cards, so if you encounter a zombie horror, definitely fight them, even if they do steal bullets. But anyway, now I'll just get to my point. When you rest in the safe house, there's like a random chance that you'll get a restful sleep, or you won't get a very restful sleep at all. Early on in the game, it's not that big a deal, but as the game goes on, it becomes kind of an idea that doesn't work too well. You see, how much HP do I got right now? Max, I've got 54. Oh, by the way, while grinding, I gained 4 levels. Didn't learn any new attacks. But now I got 54 HP. If I get a restful sleep, that's all my HP restored. If I don't get a restful sleep, if I get like a restless sleep, then that's basically 12 HP. And early on in the game, that's not bad, because you start off with like a little over 30. But at this point, a restless sleep is kind of bad. And so I pretty much want to just rest in bed again, just to make up for the rest I didn't get. I mean, technically speaking, the randomness of how much health gets restored when you sleep isn't bad. It's not a bad idea. But it doesn't really work too well in RPG Maker 1, because, well, in order for the idea to really work, I'd say like a restless sleep would recover a third of your maximum HP. So right now I've got a little over 50, so I forgot to do the math. I don't know how much a third of 50 is. Let me think here. Well, a third of 48? That would be 16 HP. And I actually had to do some long division on my hand in order to figure that out, because my math isn't that good. But that's 16 HP, but instead it's like 12 or maybe even just 10 when you get a restless sleep. And the more HP I have, the less that 12 HP is going to really help. It would definitely be helpful if you could do like a third of your max HP is restored in RPG Maker 1, but that's really not an option. You can only restore your health by a specific amount. Anyway, we are over here back at the ranger station, and we have yet to explore this area over here, which is, at first glance, it appears to be leading nowhere, but that's probably a path that's leading somewhere right over there. Alright, so this is basically the same as the ground over there. It's soft ground that we can't dig because we don't have like a shovel. Oh, and suddenly we're into a new area with snow. Alright, oh, what are these guys? You know what? I'll just ignore them for the time being, because I'm sure there's like random encounters and we'll find out anyway. Warning, I touched the sign and it's telling me off limits region of Mainfield National Park. Thought the national park was like up there. No, we got recolor of the first boss. Prowler. It's too bad there aren't any, that no enemies are dropping bullets for me to restore my bullets with. Or I guess I should say clips to restore my bullets with. Thankfully, at this point in the game, I'm able to handle the battles in that first area so well that I can just use my shotgun or pistols when I need to, and then take the time to recover some bullets from zombies. The shotgun's actually pretty helpful if you're fighting enemies in groups of 3, like that first battle I encountered in this episode. Okay, where is this going? Do we go right? We can't go right. This is blocked. And now I'm blocked. Frozen zombie. Or Froz zombie, if you will. It's probably worth using a gun on these guys. I'm kinda curious what they do. Which is actually probably a really bad thing, considering this is a survival horror RPG. Oh, you can get rest cards from these guys. Awesome. So if I wanted to, I could just, like, grind these guys all over the place. I wonder what the likelihood of acquiring a rest card from these guys is. Okay, another new enemy. Clawer. It's nice that we're encountering new enemies again. Also, it just occurred to me that I have not made note of what time I started recording this episode, but oh well, if this episode runs too long, I can just do what I normally do and split it into 2. Also, while I was looking at the clock, I really wasn't paying attention to what that guy does, so hopefully he doesn't do anything important. Kinda hoping there was something in here. I wonder, can we pilfer more than 1 bullet from these guys? No, just 1. Do these guys, like, have any other stronger attack? Oh, I just realized. We haven't had the battle messages appear. In order to make grinding more faster, I set the battle message speed to don't even show them. So let's go ahead and set that back so that I can find out what attacks these guys are actually using. On that note, something else I was doing to speed things up was using the auto function here. Apparently that was a bad idea, because after a half hour of grinding, Traz decided to use his box of bullets, which recovers 25 bullets when I'm not even able to hold that many bullets. So it's like, yeah, you know what? I'd rather reset and lose a half hour of grinding than lose my box of bullets. So, definitely not a good idea to use auto, unless you use this option here correctly. And so what I basically did was made it so all Traz can do during battle when set on auto mode is use a normal attack. And everything else gets turned off, so I'm not, like, wasting any ammo. Because he will waste ammo. Speaking of using ammo, I might as well use a gun on this guy. Scooch, thank you. So far, these guys don't seem all that bad. There's gotta be something in all these little dead ends. It was a good thing these guys aren't too bad, because they sure get in your way easily in this forest. Also, I'm just going to assume that this is the battle theme now, because aside from the main area of the game, all the battles seem to be using this song, regardless of what song is playing on the map. Why did I go after this guy? He's not even in my way. Well, I suppose there might be something hidden in that corner there, so... okay. Alright. Nope. Nothing in here. I guess I should heal. I did get a whole lot of common herbs in the process of acquiring rest cards. Rest cards were the priority. Common herbs, I wound up getting more common herbs just simply because I came out on top. By the way, those bees that you can encounter from time to time, it turns out they actually are poisonous. It's just unlikely that they'll poison you. So if you're going to do any grinding, don't do it where there's any bees. Is there going to be like any hidden objects somewhere? I feel like there's going to be hidden objects somewhere. Also, I feel like we're heading towards someplace important. Or so I would assume, considering well, we can't really go anywhere else. Is it a waste of time to just search every little corner here? Feel like it might be. Oh wait, never mind. It's not. Found 3 clips. Awesome. I could definitely use the bullets. Still not going to use too many of my bullets at once. I mean, this is a survival horror RPG. So if I can just get treasure chests, is it even worth going into these corners when I know nothing's in them? This is an interesting forest arrangement right here. Well, it's probably not really a bad thing to explore these corners, because as far as I can tell, there's no encounters in this area. What's this? An herb crate? Common herb times 2, uncommon herbs times 2, rare herbs, poison berry, herb paste. Definitely like the herb paste. At this point, I might just guess that, or assume that the dead ends don't hold anything unless they're actually visibly holding anything. That is, there's probably not any hidden items in this area. Let's see. Up there is stuff, so this is the only path I can take. By the way, this is another song in RPG Maker 1 where after the song ends and begins its next loop, one of the notes gets stuck. Thankfully, it's nowhere near as annoying as that alien theme that plays during battles. Speaking of battles, I'm just gonna do this and reset the screen because zombies were after me, and whether or not they were so dang close to me. Nope, here's some more random encounters, but I'll worry about them later. There's another new enemy where you get to fight at some point though. Is there gonna be like another optional boss to encounter here? Alright, apparition. So apparently we are dealing with the supernatural and not just enemies who are created through some laser beam that creates viruses. Alright, so far I missed twice against this thing. I think that's just bad luck though. I don't think you can deliberately make enemies hard to hit. Yeah, you go ahead and run. That makes up for the missed hits on this guy. It's nice to note that this guy doesn't shred too hard. Yeah, you better not leave. I'd like to get some experience from this battle. Enemies are starting to give a little bit more experience, not a lot. Not that it matters, like I said, I gained 4 levels while I was grinding. Look at how much experience I need just to get to the next level. Or next class, rather. There's a lot of empty open space out here. I think I'll go ahead and use the shotgun. There's only 2 of these guys, but the enemies are getting stronger, and aside from these guns, we're not getting stronger. More health, and that's basically it. Eventually, we're bound to get a new weapon. Alright, so there's something interesting. Apparently, these guys have just the right amount of HP that potentially, with the shotgun, you can take these guys down in 2 hits, but one of your attacks might not be quite strong enough, and so it takes 3 hits. Next time I fight one of those guys, I'll have to... Ow! Yeah, I don't think so. Next time I fight one of those lizard snake guys, I'll have to see how many hits they take just focusing on normal. Well, I suppose I could just compare with what I recorded, but I'd rather not stop my recording just to see how much damage I've caused against enemies. Stopping the recording is for emergency only. Or at the very least, emergency because I don't know better only. What's all this? For some reason, I thought for a moment that this was like a stole, but RPG Maker 1 doesn't have stoles. Instead, it has chairs that all face the same direction. Alright, these misses are kind of getting annoying. Like, seriously. You know what? You guys get the shotgun too. Alright, so apparently those tiger things also drop rest cards. That's good to know. Now, is there going to be another place we can rest? Another safe house? Oh, yeah, I'm definitely using shotgun against you three. Who cares if it might not help a whole lot? It's definitely going to help a whole lot. I'm also kind of curious that these carry bullets, but let's find out after I get it down to just the last guy. Nope, only zombies and their female counterparts have bullets, I guess. Is there going to be anything anywhere down here? It's empty space here. Nothing. There's that whatever's up there. I guess we need to find out whatever's up there. How convenient. Here's the entrance to whatever's up here. Oh, it's a house. Let me heal. Yeah, the encounter rate is definitely a little bit annoying. Why am I missing so much? By the way, for some reason I feel obligated to mention that guy got in my way. Also, I forget the other thing. The thing that I was obligated to tell you is that I am recording this episode before the release of Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Not entirely sure why I have to tell you that, but I'm telling it to you. Is this something? No? Alright, what's this place? I'll find out after I don't have enough bullets to shotgun them. Next zombie I encounter, I'll have to see how many bullets I can pilfer. Might be the same amount as others, and you can only pilfer 5 from zombies. By the way, think I found another rest house and another place to save. That's awesome. What's this? Finally, the radio gear is here. Now I just need to send out a message. Mayday! Mayday! Urgently requesting evac. Over. On that note, why hasn't the military come here yet? I mean, this is probably a pretty big deal. You think it would have gotten some sort of government attention by now. Maybe we're just in the middle of nowhere. This is Ground Troop Leader Gold Bahamut speaking. My gosh, these are mouthfuls. Are you a survivor? Oh, so they do know about this. Again, why isn't the army here? Yeah, I'm in the ranger outpost east of Mainfield. Stay where you are and we'll pick you up. Over and out. Phew, the nightmare is over. I don't know, I was told that I'm only 20% into the game so far. But what's Jackel gonna do? I have a feeling we're about to find out. I have to stop thinking about the zombies. They're not human anymore. But I can't say anything because I have undergone the same process. So why am I not a zombie? Hold on a sec. Sniff, sniff. I can smell something. I guess this diseased body does have its advantages. Smells like death? That is what I'm feeling. It seems to be coming from Mainfield Park. I'll look around there ASAP. And I think for a moment we had Traz on our team, but then it realized, oh hey, we switched party members. So hey, we switched party members. We are Jackel now. That's awesome. He's a demon, or she's a demon. We have to remember that Jackel is quite female, and not wearing any clothes. So what do we got here? We got claws and demon hide. These are grayed out because they're technically cursed equipment. Cursed equipment is equipment that you can't unequip. In this case, they're cursed equipment because, well, it would be pretty painful if she ripped off her own claws. The downside is this probably means that she'll never be able to change out her weapon, which does... Oh, it's a double attack! So that basically means every time she attacks, she hits twice. So at least there's that. So let's check out her status. I feel like I should have saved before I came over, or reached for that radio. In fact, there was that one zombie in that one room. I wonder if there was like treasure in there. Or maybe it was a place where I can mix herbs. Either way, we got 32 health. We're back at level 1. And that's unfortunate. It's a good thing we can attack twice. Well, I mean, we'll get level ups pretty quickly. Muscle of 11. Let's see here. That basically means we're going to cause 5 damage twice. Which is only slightly more powerful than Traz's knife. Tough of 10, Endure 32. Ooh, Spirit is 25. That means there's a 0.25% chance that we'll resist poison. Oh, and by default, she's resistant, 25% resistant to Force R, so she's got a pretty good chance against these zombies. But not against Super Zombie lizard thing that's hiding around down there. Alright, so let's see what this is like. There's that. Oh. So now we actually have bats that can survive my attack, because my attack's that weak. Is my attack going to go up per level? Because I just realized the attack was 11. That probably means the rate of increase for attack is set to 1, so that would be 1 point of attack per level up. Oh, I forgot to check if Jackel has any special attacks. Special art, slash. It costs 3 of my own HP, but I cause 9 damage. That's not worth it. How's that worth it? Look how much damage I caused just by doing this. Actually, it's probably about to go down in 1 hit. Well, let's assume that we hit twice and it was the same amount of damage. That's 12 damage, and it doesn't cost me 3 HP to do it. Do we have any items exclusive to the fact that we're using her? No? Guess not. While I'm here, I'm going to go back into this rest house and use this herb paste to make stuff. A couple of uncommon herbs. By the way, I don't have bullets because I don't have a gun, so go ahead and try to steal my bullets again. I dare ya. Or you could just die. Alright, so even though I was about to able to get a bunch more rest cards, there's no enemies thus far that drop bookmarks, so I'm going to have to be extra cautious about how many of those I use, so thus far, I decide to not save, and I'm definitely not fighting you. Even though we are kind of similar in certain ways. And there's Class 2. New special art learned. Awesome. So first things first, my attack power went up by 1. That basically only amounts to half a point of damage, but since she can attack twice, that basically totals a whole point of extra damage. Which, since we're not increasing our attack power by much as this adventure goes on anyway, that's fine. Enemies aren't having a whole lot more HP as we go along. If this was any other game, then that 1 point would basically amount to nothing. But in this game, it's balanced to that being balanced. Alright, so let's see here. Oh, and also our spirit went up by 25, so now there's a 0.5% chance of resisting poison. Well, that's actually pretty good then. I mean, it's not going to affect anything right now, but later in the game, that might amount to actually amounting to something. So what did we learn here? Anger. We use 2 of our own HP to increase our attack power by 1. In RPG Maker's terms, that's half point of damage extra will cause per attack. Alright, that might be fine for leveling up, but I don't think it's quite fine for an attack boost spell. It's kind of a waste. Speaking of waste, the fact that Jackel's attack power increases every level, even if it's at such a small amount, pretty much means that this special art here is definitely going to be a waste if you decide to use it. Might be helpful if we encounter an enemy that has like a armored defense of some sort where regular attacks don't work too well, but aside from that, yeah, not really. Oh, hey, Traz is talking. Some kind of soft ground. Too bad I didn't bring a shovel or garden claws. Wait, why am I back here? Am I in a demon body? Am I in a female demon body? Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and make my way back to Traz, even though he somehow made it back to me just then. I don't think anything of particular note is gonna happen between now and then, although it might suck if I get a game over. Alright, Class 3. No new spells. Well, as long as I'm talking again anyway, I might as well point out, I don't know if I caught it on camera yet, but if because Jackel gets 2 attacks in a one turn, oh, there it is right now. There's a critical hit and there's a not critical hit. In fact, that second one was a miss. That's what I was about to mention. Each of her individual attacks has a chance of getting critical hit. And accidentally, at the very same time, I demonstrated that each attack of hers has a chance of missing. By the way, I hope this episode's not running too long already. Apparently, I've already been recording for over a half hour, but, you know, stuff gets edited out. So I'll go ahead and stop talking and quickly get over to the... Oh! So apparently we're not getting over there. My ears are picking up some form of sound. This AVB mutagen is making my body curiouser and curiouser. Now I can hear things. I bet you can. I'll try and hone in on them. Listening. Ah! The sound stops. I'll try again. What are you doing, like dialing your volume or something? Listening. Yeah, I'm in the outpost at Mainfield National Park. That sounds like the man I met earlier. That place isn't too far from here either. Well, I'll try listening broadly like I've already accomplished. Listening. Hello, young one. I never thought that the AVB would work so well. I shall look forward to seeing you, Jackie. No more is said. This is an interesting ability. Who's Jackie? How in the world did that man know my name? Oh, you're Jackie. Oh, that's the origin behind the name Jackel. That wasn't her original name, that just happened to be the name she has now that she's no longer Jackie, the human female scientist. Well, if you changed your name to a male name, does that mean you, well, I suppose this is an M-rated game, so I can go ahead and say this. Did you grow a penis? He also seemed to be talking to me instead of me listening in. Anyway, I need to find Traz and tell him about the anomaly I felt here. Well, as long as I got your all's attention... When Jackel counterattacks when an enemy uses a charge attack, she only counterattacks with 1 hit, not 2. Also, I don't know if you noticed this before, but watch this. Screen faded out awfully quickly there and kind of blurry. What I did was, before the game booted up, I'm using a PS2, and I went into the PS2's configuration menus when you press triangle on the main screen. And I set RG Maker 1, or yeah, basically the PS1 thing. Okay, let me simplify this. I simplify it so I simplified it by making it complexer. Basically, I changed the texture settings to smooth and increased the disk speed so things load faster. I don't think either of those really helped much in the case of this game, but figure it was worth a shot to see what happened. was kind of curious if there was anything down there since I didn't quite explore that entire field. Alright, time for stuff. Is Traz there? There's Traz. You know what? Screw you, Traz. I'm gonna... kind of curious about something. If I rest now... will Traz's health also be restored? Actually, it might be that Traz's health will be restored just by the fact that we've been without him for a little bit. Semi-restful sleep. That's useful. So is the game loading faster because of the settings I put in? I don't know. I might have to do like a side-by-side comparison at some point. If I ever get an opportunity. So the semi-restful sleep was enough that we healed fully. Partly because I used an item before I came in here, so I only needed to heal 10 HP. No wait, that's Traz. What? Something is not right here. Alright, well, at this point I'm pretty sure I've been recording for quite a while, and this seems like a good spot for a cliffhanger. So, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. A little friendly attention will help bring me even more. Next time we're going to find out why there are 2 Trazes. It can't be a glitch. Otherwise, there'd just be... no.